Okay, I'll just go ahead and hide all this right now just to have a clean scene. Okay, so for this I'll just create planes. So let me leave one here, maybe the body, only the body. Okay, this is the body. Okay, okay, I leave only the body. So in the frame 150, 105, I guess. Okay, it's 105. So in the frame 105 here, when it stops, so we start to create some planes here. Okay, so I'll just move here out of the scene right here. So I'll just add a plane. So I'll just randomly deform this plane anyhow you like it, because we want to use this as a depth. So you just deform this randomly. You don't have to copy what I do, you just have to deform it randomly. Okay, so I'll just take this. First of all, I will just go ahead take this to rendered, and I'll just go to shading to add a shader to this. Now remember that we did a 360 environment texture, which is our environment here. You just change it back to object from world. So I'll just add a new object here. So I'll just pick a scene from this sequence. So I'll just go ahead and pick something. It might be color, just change the color. Okay, and roughness up. Saturation down. Alright, okay. Alright, so go out of this. Now drag this into the scene, like so. So drag this up and scale it down, like so. So drag this to the front, up here. So scale it down. Okay, for this I will just first of all to make it just sleep on the floor for now, R, then put it on the floor like so. So let's start with one, put it on the ground. Scale it down, whip down. So I'll just drag this back a bit. Alright, this is good. So I'll just duplicate this, rotate. Then I can modify this by just tweaking the deformation of this just the way I like it. Okay, so I'll just duplicate, and that's how you do this. Just duplicate it for now. So let me quickly duplicate as long as you want. Shift D for duplicate, then drag it like so. So duplicate this, drag it up like so. Okay, and this is how you do it. So you can just make some far away from the aircraft and some aside away. So just do this randomly. Okay, so something like this is good. You can just bring some up, way up to the camera like so, then scale it down. The size should be random anyways. Just click on this, way down, and this also. Okay, so when you click this to the rendered, you have something like this. Alright, you see the floor, you have something like this on the floor. Okay, for now what I will do is to animate like two for you, two deaths, so you can do this. I will now quickly do the remaining, so I don't want to waste so much of the time, so I'll just go ahead and do that quickly. Let me just quickly note like this. So the frame 105, okay, so I'll just drag this back a little, so just look when the aircraft is about to touch the ground. So 102, this is the uppermost one, the one that is very close to the camera. So let's start from the one that's behind, okay, that is way far from the camera. Okay, just check same as well. Okay, from here let us keyframe this. Now turn on the auto keyframe. Okay, let's select this. Now we have a key here. Now just do more few frames. Now up, drag this up, then rotate it. Okay, so when you shift back, this is what you get. Okay, you see that? Okay, that is how you do it. So for the next one, I just click somewhere close. Okay, let me choose this. This is something next. So I just go ahead and start this from, I started this from frame 103, so I'll start this from frame 104 to have some variation in this. So I'll turn on the record, move back 2 frames up. Okay, so for this I'll just drag this like so, then R to rotate, RZ just to rotate randomly. It doesn't have to be like the way I'm doing right now. Okay, so when you just go back and play this again, okay, you can see it. Go back, play this. You can see that we have 2 of them up, and let me quickly do the remaining, and this is how you do it. Okay guys, now I'm done doing all this dirt. So what we do now is to just go ahead and render this once again. You can see the way it flips up. Let me go to the camera view for you to see. Alright, you can see that. Okay, so I will just turn all my aircraft layout. Okay, and the propeller, right. So I'll just go ahead and render this once again. Okay guys, now this is done rendering, so the next thing for us to do now is to go to the composite. Let's go to the composite and check this out. And when you see this, you see that we have everything set. Okay, so for this we obviously need a mask here, just to mask out this head right here. So to do the mask is simple. I'll just show you. Go to the motion tracking section here. Alright, you can just go to the mask section. But before we go to the mask section, I just want to hide all this tracking we did. Press A to select all, then H to hide them. Okay, so I'll just go back to the mask, press tab to go to the mask here. Okay, so when you zoom in like so, you can see his head properly, and we need to draw a mask around his head. But before we do that, let me go ahead to the layout to check the exact frame we need to match this head out. So just go back a few frames. You can see from frame 102, we start from 102, 3, 4, then all. You see that when we start. But for this, let me just leave it at frame 105 here. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and mask that frame out. So I'll show you how to mask, so don't worry. Just click here to add a new mask. Okay, you can just go ahead and call it head. Okay, so you can name it anything you want and to mask. To mask, just press Ctrl, then drag, and keep clicking and dragging. Okay, that's how to mask this hair, but we don't really need to mask, as you can see here. You don't have to mask everything, you see. So you just stop here at the nose here. So you can just leave that. Okay, that's how to mask. Okay, for this, to refine this, just press A to select all the points. Now just go ahead and switch direction. Now you can see that this is how it's supposed to be. Okay, now you can just refine the mask properly and adjust it. Okay, so for you to do the keyframe for the mask, it's simple. Just turn on the recording. As you can see that this record is already turned on, so we did that before, but you can switch off then on it back. So for this, you can just go ahead and go to the second frame, then B to box, select everything, then press G to drag, then put it back to position like so. So you can just press R to rotate, just to refine this a little and do some little adjustment you can do to this. Okay, you see that it's very simple. So by doing this, look here, we add another keyframe. So you can just go to the another keyframe, which is the next keyframe, B, select all, G, drag, then put it back to position. Now you can do the refine, just drag this and adjust it properly. So we have another frame. So that's how to do a keyframe mask here inside of Blender. So you see that it's very simple and it's very straightforward. Okay, now let's go back to our compositing, and to use this mask we did in the motion tracking session. So to do that, we just have to add a mask node. Press Shift A, go to input and select a mask. So these are mask nodes. So this mask node, when you just click here, you can see our head that we named. So just click on the head mask. So just drag this mask input to the factor. Don't forget that this any mask input will be at the factor, and you can see that by doing that we really don't have our scene here. So when I just take it off, we have our scene, which is our aircraft, and by doing this again we don't see the aircraft, but instead we see the aircraft on its head here. You can see right here. So this happens because this needs to be invert. Okay, to do the invert, just press Shift A, go to color, then select invert node. So when you drop this here, now we have the mask. So you can see that this is also affecting its nose, so we need to mask that down. So go back to the motion tracking. That means our mask is not really working perfect. Okay, you can see that it's like it's working perfect here, but it's not working perfect in the scene. So for us to manage and do that, so we need to re-render this room. So I'll just go ahead and render this once again. Okay guys, now this is done rendering. So it seems like we don't need any adjustment on our mask. Up here you can see that it's really working perfect for us right now. So go back to the compositing. Now we need to add a blur node so we can mix this, we can blend it properly. Just press Shift A, go to filter. Now you can select a blur node, put it there, then change it to fast reduction. So increase the blur by 2 in the X and Y axis. Okay, so now this is looking good. Okay, and that is all. So for this you can now do the color and drag this back a bit. So press Shift A, go to color. Now before, first of all, to drop the color gamma to this. So drop the color gamma. Now increase the gamma. You can see that the color is getting up. So now press Shift A again, then bring in the brightness and contrast node. Okay, now increase the contrast. Okay, it's good like this. So for the final node, the color grading, so just choose a color balance node. Okay, this is where we do the color. So just drag this back a bit. Drag this here. Now I'll just do the color by starting with the lift to blue, to cyan blue, like so. Then with the gamma, we just do this to orange or yellowish, something like that. Okay, and for the lift I'll just put it to something like here. Okay, that is good. So you can just toggle through this before and the after. Alright, now you can save this with the, but instead of, mostly I don't use to save with movie clip direct. I'll just save as image sequence, then render this out. But I'll just show you the two ways to save as image sequence. Just choose your final output here, so you can just name it anything, then save as image sequence, then go ahead and bring it back to movie clip again, then convert it to movie clip. Okay, so for this, if you want to render this as a movie clip direct, just click here, now change it to FFmpeg video format. Now go to the encoding, now click here and change it to mpge4. So change that to mpge4 right here. So now we have h.264. now you can change this media quality to high quality, and now this is good to render. Now to render animation, just click here, now click on render animation. So that is how to render this, and this is how to do this effect. I hope you like this effect. So when you do, make sure you subscribe and make sure you turn on the post notification so you don't miss any time I post a new VFX. So thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video.